Welcome back, coin collectors and history lovers. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving into one of the most underrated yet incredibly valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This little 1-cent coin might just be hiding in your coin jar, and it could be worth up to $30,576 in today's market. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore the amazing story, historical background, and current market value of the 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat Penny. This isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American heritage, and today we're uncovering all its secrets. First, let's look at the history. The year 1941 was a significant one. The United States was on the brink of entering World War II, and the nation was gearing up for global conflict. While most eyes were on the international scene, back at home the U.S. Mint continued its regular coin production. In Philadelphia, the main mint facility produced over 887 million Lincoln Wheat pennies that year. These coins did not carry a mint mark, which is standard for Philadelphia minted coins during that era. Now, with nearly 888 million coins minted, you might be thinking, how can a 1941 penny with no mint mark be rare or valuable? Well, here's where the magic of numismatics comes into play. While the coin was mass-produced, only a small fraction has survived in pristine condition. Over the decades, most of these pennies saw heavy circulation. They were used in wartime rations, passed through thousands of hands, spent in shops, dropped in the dirt, lost in couches, and melted down by collectors. Today, finding a 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat penny in near-perfect uncirculated condition is like discovering buried treasure. Collectors search for the best of the best, coins that are not only old but also well-preserved. These high-grade coins, often graded MS-65 and above by professional services like PCGS or NGC, command sky-high prices at auctions. One such 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat penny recently sold for an astonishing $30,576 because of its flawless luster, sharp strike, and no visible wear. That's right, over $30,000 for a single penny. Now, let's break down why this coin is so valuable. First, condition is king. The most valuable 1941 wheat pennies are those that have never been in circulation. These coins are called mint state and are graded on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70. The higher the grade, the more flawless the coin, and the higher the value. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 are incredibly rare for this year and can easily cross into five-figure territory. Second, eye appeal plays a major role. Collectors want coins that shine. Brilliant, red-toned copper color, no spotting or toning, and strong, defined features are essential. Even the slightest blemish can cut the value in half. Third, rarity in condition. While the coin itself isn't rare in low grades, it's extremely rare in top condition. The U.S. Mint didn't strike these coins with the intent of them being long-term collectibles, so few were preserved right from the mint in 1941. Fourth, error coins. Some 1941 wheat pennies have striking errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. While the no-mint mark version shouldn't have a mint mark, sometimes Philadelphia coins were mistakenly struck with anomalies that increase value. A known double die obverse variety of the 1941 penny can raise its worth dramatically. Now let's talk about what you should look for if you think you have one of these pennies. Flip over your 1941 penny and check the condition. Is it shiny? Does it still have its red copper color? Is Lincoln's face crisp and clear? Are the wheat stalks on the reverse side still detailed, with every line visible? Next, check for any oddities. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, especially on the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." If you notice anything unusual, you may have a rare error coin on your hands. So what is the current market value? For circulated 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat pennies, values range from just a few cents to a couple of dollars. But for uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, values start jumping. An MS-65 can bring in over $100. MS-66? Around $300. But if you're lucky enough to have an MS-67 with strong eye appeal, you're looking at $2,000 to $7,000. And the absolute top-tier specimens, perfect MS-68 coins with full red color and no flaws, have sold for as much as $30,576 at auction. That's the current market ceiling. But as demand for rare pennies continues to grow, experts believe we may soon see prices rise even further, especially for the finest known examples. So, what should you do if you think you have one? First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can scratch or damage the surface and instantly destroy its value. Second, compare your coin to graded examples online. Look up pictures of MS-65, MS-66, and MS-67 coins from reliable auction sites like Heritage Auctions or the PCGS Coinfax database. Third, consider having your coin professionally graded. It might cost $30 to $50, but if your penny is truly high grade, it could be worth thousands more. Finally, be aware of counterfeit coins. Always buy from reputable dealers if you're building a collection or investing in high-value pieces. The coin collecting world is full of treasures, but also fakes. Do your research and trust certified grading. To wrap it up, the 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny might seem like a common coin, but under the right conditions, it transforms into a five-figure fortune. With a market value reaching $30,576 for the top examples, this humble 1-cent piece has earned its place in the world of rare and valuable coins. So check your change jars, dig into those old collections, and visit Grandma's piggy bank. You never know, the next great coin discovery might be in your own hands. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, and leave a comment if you've ever come across a rare penny yourself. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes peeled, because that next penny might just make you a fortune. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the story of a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change, coin jar, or even passed down from your grandparents. This is the incredible tale of the 1946 no-mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that may look ordinary at first glance but could be worth a small fortune, with one recently valued at an astonishing $82, $189. So grab your magnifying glasses and let's dig into the rich history, fascinating features, and unbelievable value of this rare and valuable penny. Let's start with the basics. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of the iconic Wheat cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958. These pennies feature the classic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and two stalks of wheat on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and strength. The wheat penny is one of the most beloved and widely collected coins in American numismatic history. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1946 penny was struck right after World War II, a period when the United States Mint resumed using copper in its cents after the steel cent experiment of 1943. The coin was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that rich red-brown tone collectors love. The 1946 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver have a small D mint mark under the date. San Francisco coins show an S. But the Philadelphia Mint, which made the most coins, didn't use any mint mark at all. So, when we say 1946, no mint mark penny, we're talking about coins made at the Philadelphia Mint. Here's the surprising part. Even though over 991 million of these coins were struck in Philadelphia, making it seem common, there are rare varieties and rare versions of the 1946 penny with no mint mark that can command thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. So what makes a 1946 no mint mark penny worth over $82,000? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and errors. Let's talk condition first. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A penny graded as MS-67 or higher, that's mint state, with nearly perfect surfaces, sharp details, and brilliant luster, is extremely rare for a coin that's nearly 80 years old. A 1946 no mint mark penny in MS67 red condition sold for an incredible $82,189 at a Heritage Auctions event. That coin was essentially in pristine condition, untouched by time or human hands. It's the kind of quality you might find in an old coin collection stored away in a dry, undisturbed environment, like a safe deposit box or an attic. Now let's talk about errors and varieties. Errors can send the value of a coin soaring. One of the most famous error types is the double die, where the coin shows a doubled image on the date, letters, or other design features due to a misalignment during the minting process. These coins are very collectible and highly sought after. Other errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, lamination errors, and repunched mint marks. Although in the case of the Philadelphia coin, you won't see a mint mark, but you might find other dramatic striking anomalies. If you happen to own a 1946 no mint mark penny with one of these striking errors, its value could jump from a few cents to hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. Another factor that boosts value is color. Designation. Wheat pennies are categorized into 3 colors: brown, BN, red brown, RB, and full red, RD. Full red examples are the most desirable and fetch the highest prices. That $82,189 penny we mentioned? It was a full red, flawless gem. Let's break down current market values so you know what your 1946 penny might be worth today. A circulated 1946 no mint mark penny in average condition is worth around 5 to 25 cents, more than face value, but still quite common. A better grade circulated coin can fetch $1 to $3 when you get into the uncirculated range. An MS60 red coin might be worth $10 to $15. An MS63 red example could be valued at $25 to $50. MS65 red specimens often sell for $100 to $150. MS66 red coins push into the $300 to $600 range, and that elusive MS67 red can go beyond $10,000. And as we've seen, a record-breaking one fetched $82,189. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1946 no mint mark penny? Here are a few tips. Use a magnifying glass to check the date and look for any doubling or unusual marks. Examine the surfaces of the coin. A glossy, bright red appearance with no wear is what you're aiming for. Look for errors, especially doubling, die cracks, or off-center. Features. Weigh the coin. It should weigh about 3.11 grams. Anything too far off may indicate an error or wrong planchet. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect your coin is high quality or has an error, send it to a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade will make it easier to sell for top dollar. Let's not forget the importance of preservation. If you think you have a valuable wheat penny, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy its value. Use gloves when handling it and store it in a protective coin holder away from heat, moisture, and air. So to recap, the 1946 no mint mark wheat penny is a post-World War II copper coin minted in Philadelphia. Most are common, but pristine condition coins or those with rare errors can be extremely valuable. A flawless MS67 red example once sold for an incredible $82,189. Your average circulated coin may only be worth cents, but never underestimate the power of quality, rarity, and a little luck. Before we wrap up, here's one last tip. Check your change. Check your old coin jars, inherited collections, and estate sales. These rare pennies could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to recognize their worth. And if you ever find one, don't just put it aside. Get it appraised, get it graded, and you might just walk away with thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever found a 1946 wheat penny? Do you have any rare coins in your collection? Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and happy treasure hunting. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving into the amazing story of a coin that might look ordinary at first glance. But don't be fooled. This humble piece of copper could actually be worth a small fortune. We're talking about the 1957 Dewey penny. That's right. The Denver minted Lincoln cent from 1957, a coin that was once just pocket change, is now making headlines in the numismatic world with a jaw-dropping value of up to $39,675. So if you've got a jar of old coins lying around, now might be the time to take a closer look. Let's begin with a little bit of background on this legendary coin. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than a symbolic figure like Liberty. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse, while the reverse side showcases two wheat ears wrapping around the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This iconic design ran until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Now, the year 1957 was one of the final years of the Wheat Penny series. That year, the Denver Mint produced an enormous quantity of pennies, over 1 billion coins, to be exact. To be more precise, 1,051,342,000 pennies were struck with the D Mint mark in 1957 alone. So, naturally, you might be thinking, how could such a common coin be worth nearly $40,000 today? Well, the answer lies in rarity, condition, and era varieties. Not all 1957 Dewey pennies are created equal. Most are still worth just a few cents to a few dollars depending on their condition. But some are extremely rare and valuable due to mint errors, die varieties, and incredibly well-preserved conditions. Let's talk about condition first. The coin grading system plays a huge role in a penny's value. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with 70 being a perfect mint state with no imperfections. Most circulated 1957 Dewey pennies will fall in the range of VF, very fine, to AU, about uncirculated, and those typically fetch a value of around 10 cents to maybe a few dollars at most. However, if your 1957 D penny is in MS65 or higher condition, especially if it has the original red copper luster, it can command a much higher price point. One perfect example is a 1957 Dewey penny graded MS67 Plus RD by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, which sold for an astonishing $39,675 at auction. That's right, a single 1-cent coin fetching close to $40,000. What makes this possible? That coin was not only in near-perfect condition but also retained its original mint red coloration, making it highly desirable among collectors. Now let's discuss error coins and why they're a big deal. Error coins are produced when something goes wrong during the minting process. With the 1957 Dewey penny, there are several known errors that can make a coin significantly more valuable. These include doubled die obverse, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, die cracks, and more. One notable variety is the 1957 D doubled die obverse, where parts of the lettering or date appear doubled under magnification. Another valuable error is a repunched mint mark. These occur when the mint mark is struck more than once in slightly different positions. Collectors love these types of errors because they're like hidden secrets stamped into the coin's metal, and they are often much rarer than normal strikes. If you happen to find a 1957 Dewey penny with a dramatic doubled die or a clear repunched mint mark, you could be looking at hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars depending on the severity and condition. Combine that with a high mint state grade, and now you're entering the five-figure territory. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable 1957 Dewey pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and inspect the coin carefully. Look for any signs of doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. Check the mint mark, D, to see if it appears to be punched more than once. Also, look for smooth, bright luster and a lack of wear. Red coins, those with full red copper color, are the most desirable. If you suspect you have something special, it's worth getting the coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now let's talk about how you can sell such a coin if you're lucky enough to own one. If you've got a 1957 penny in exceptional condition or with a rare error, the best option is to have it certified and graded by a professional grading service. Once authenticated, you can sell the coin through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Online platforms like eBay also offer opportunities, but graded coins tend to fetch higher and more trustworthy prices in certified auctions. You may be asking yourself, why would someone pay $39,675 for a single penny? The answer lies in the passion and precision of coin collectors. The rarest coins tell a story. They represent a unique piece of American history. For collectors, owning a near-perfect or error coin is like owning a treasure map or a one-of-a-kind painting. It's a status symbol, a financial asset, and a conversation piece all in one dot, and while not every 1957 penny is going to make you rich, they are still fascinating pieces of history. With over 1 billion produced, many were circulated heavily. Finding one in mint state condition today is becoming increasingly difficult. That scarcity, combined with demand from collectors, drives the high prices we're seeing today. So the next time you come across a jar of old coins, or you're sorting through pocket change, don't overlook the small copper coins. Especially not a 1957 Dewey penny. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and a bit of luck, you might just have a hidden fortune sitting right under your nose. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or exciting, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share your coin finds in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep hunting, keep dreaming, and remember, every penny counts. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and everyone fascinated by rare and valuable coins. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1944 no-mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny. A simple 1-cent coin that could turn your pocket change into a jackpot worth up to $58,800 today. So stay tuned, because you might just discover that a tiny coin in your collection could make you thousands of dollars richer. Let's begin with the history behind the coin. The Lincoln Wheat penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, replacing the more symbolic depictions of liberty that had dominated U.S. coinage for decades. Victor David Brenner was the designer, and his initials VDB can be found on some early versions of the coin. Fast forward to the year 1944, a critical moment in world history. The world was in the middle of World War II, and the United States was allocating its industrial resources to support the war effort. That meant copper, which had been used in pennies for decades, was needed for ammunition and other military equipment. In 1943, as a result of copper shortages, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies made from zinc-coated steel. These 1943 steel cents were lighter, silver-colored, and completely different in appearance from their copper predecessors. However, they rusted easily and were often mistaken for dimes. The public didn't like them, and the mint switched back to copper in 1944. That's where our 1944 wheat penny comes in. 1944, the mint resumed the production of copper pennies using recycled shell casings from the war, known as shell case copper. These casings were melted down and reused to strike billions of new 1-cent coins. The 1944 wheat penny became one of the most common coins produced during that era, with over 1.4 billion pennies struck in total across all three mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Now here's what makes the 1944 no-mint Mark wheat penny so special. The no-mint mark means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While many of these pennies were produced, only a few of them remain in pristine condition. Most were used heavily in circulation and suffered wear and tear. But if you're lucky enough to find one that's in mint state, meaning no damage, scratches, or signs of wear, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. Let's talk value. As of today, a regular worn 1944 no-mint Mark wheat penny in average circulated condition is worth between 3 and 50 cents. Not too impressive, right? But here's where it gets jaw-dropping. If the same coin is found in uncirculated condition, with a grading of MS63 or higher, the value skyrockets. Collectors pay top dollar for pristine examples. Coins that are graded MS65 or MS66 by grading companies like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now here comes the real kicker. In 2021, a near-perfect specimen of the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, graded MS68 red, sold for an astonishing $58,800 at auction. That's right, over $58,000 for a single penny. This makes it one of the most valuable wheat pennies ever sold from the Philadelphia Mint. What made it worth so much? Condition. The coin was nearly flawless, with full red luster and no signs of handling or wear. Rarity and grade. While the coin itself isn't rare, finding one in such superb condition is extremely rare. Collector demand. Collectors are always looking to complete high-grade sets of Lincoln pennies. And coins like this are the crown jewel of a top-tier collection. You might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1944 wheat penny is worth a fortune? Here's what you need to do. First, check the coin carefully. If there is no mint mark under the date, it means it was struck in Philadelphia. That's the variety we're talking about. Next, examine the coin's condition. Is the design still sharp? Can you see all the details in Lincoln's hair and coat? Is the wheat design on the back still crisp and clear? Are there any scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear? If your coin still has that shiny, reddish copper tone, often referred to as red color in the coin grading world, and no visible wear, you may have something special. Coins are graded from MS60 to MS70, with MS70 being perfect. Anything over MS65 is considered very high grade and very valuable. Now, let's take a moment to talk about errors and varieties. While the regular 1944 no-mint mark penny is already valuable in mint condition, certain error coins from 1944 are worth even more. Some examples include 1944 steel penny error. A few 1944 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover 1943 steel planchets. These coins are extremely rare and can be worth over $100,000. Double die errors. Some 1944 pennies show doubling in the letters or numbers, particularly in God We Trust, or the date. These double die errors are rare and highly collectible. Off-center strikes or broad strikes. These minting errors can increase the value significantly depending on the severity and condition. So how can you sell a valuable 1944 wheat penny? Your best bet is to get the coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This will give your coin an official grade and authentication, which helps in selling to serious collectors or at major auctions. Once graded, you can list your coin on popular auction platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or even eBay. But always research past sales before setting your price. Now let's wrap things up. The 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Though it may seem common at first glance, its true value lies in its condition. A simple penny pulled from your pocket or found in an old jar could end up being worth tens of thousands of dollars. With one specimen selling for $58,800, it's more important than ever to check your change, inspect your collections, and learn what to look for. So, the next time you come across a wheat penny, don't toss it aside, inspect it carefully. You never know if you're holding a treasure worth thousands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable US coins that could change your life, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1944 wheat penny or any other rare coin in your collection. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and as always, happy treasure hunting! Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors and rare currency hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history and unbelievable value of a seemingly ordinary yet incredibly rare piece of American numismatic treasure, the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny. This 1-cent coin, which you might overlook in your change jar, could actually be worth up to $78,834 today. That's right, this humble copper coin might just make you a fortune. So stick around to find out how, why, and where this incredible value comes from. Let's get into the story. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic representation of liberty. The coin's design included Lincoln's profile on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back, symbolizing national prosperity. This wheat reverse continued until 1958, after which the design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. Now, let's zoom in on the year 1957. In this year, the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced a massive number of Lincoln Wheat pennies. However, there's a key difference you need to understand. Coins from the Denver mint bear a small D mint mark under the date. But those from Philadelphia, the original U.S. mint, carry no mint mark at all. So, when we talk about the 1957 no mint mark wheat penny, we're referring specifically to those struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Over 282 million 1957 no mint mark pennies were struck. With such a high mintage, you might be wondering, how could any of these be rare, let alone worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's where condition, rarity, and era come into play. Let's talk about condition first. Most 1957 no mint mark wheat pennies you'll find in circulation today are heavily worn. They might be darkened, scratched, or missing fine details. These circulated coins are typically worth only a few cents to maybe a couple of dollars. However, uncirculated coins, especially those graded at the highest levels by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can fetch much higher prices. For instance, a pristine 1957 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny graded MS67 red by PCGS recently sold for a staggering $6,325 at auction. And that's just for a mint state coin with no rare errors. The reason for this high price? Its incredible luster, clean fields, strong strike, and the bright red copper color that indicates it was very well preserved since the day it was minted. But now let's dive deeper into what really drives this coin into the 5-figure range: errors and varieties. Rare minting errors are where things get truly exciting. Some 1957 wheat pennies have been found with double die obverse errors. This means the image and lettering on the front of the coin appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. These double die varieties are extremely desirable to collectors and can fetch thousands of dollars depending on condition and visibility of the doubling. Another major error to look for is off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. These coins are not only rare but are also visually striking, making them highly collectible. Then you have broad strikes, clipped planchets, and even repunched mint marks, though the last one is more relevant to coins with actual mint marks. Still, any striking error on a 1957 no mint mark penny can greatly increase its value. Now let's talk about the absolute upper echelon, the kind of penny that sold for an astonishing $78,834. This price wasn't achieved by just any ordinary coin. We're talking about a 1957 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny in nearly flawless condition, likely an MS67 or higher with brilliant red color, and possibly a rare die variety, or error combined. It's the kind of coin that serious collectors go to war over at major auctions. When rarity meets condition and historical value, that's when the market explodes. So where can you find one of these hidden gems? Believe it or not, it's possible to still find a 1957 wheat penny in circulation, especially in older rolls of pennies from the bank or inherited collections. Check coin jars, estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, and even online marketplaces like eBay. Just be careful, not every coin listed online for thousands of dollars is genuinely worth that much. Always consult a professional grading service or trusted coin expert before buying or selling. Here's what you need to look for when checking your 1957 no mint mark penny. Check the color. Red coins are worth more than brown or red-brown ones. Look at the coin's condition. Sharp details, no scratches, and full luster are ideal. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifier to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. Get your coin graded. If it looks promising, send it to PCGS or NGC for a Professional grade. Let's also break down the current market values for clarity. Heavily circulated 1957 no-mint mark pennies are worth 2 to 10 cents. Lightly circulated coins may be worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated MS-60 to MS-63 coins can fetch $5 to $30. Higher grade MS-65 to MS-66 red pennies can sell for $100 to $500. MS-67 red specimens start at $1,000 and can go up to $6,000 or more. Rare era coins or superb gem quality can reach $10,000 to $78,834 at auction, so don't underestimate those old wheat pennies you might have tucked away in a drawer. That little copper coin from 1957 without a mint mark could be your ticket to an unexpected windfall. Before we wrap up, here's a pro tip for all collectors. Always store your coins in a cool, dry place using acid-free holders or albums. Avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning can destroy their value, even if they look shinier. It's better to leave them with natural aging than risk damaging the surface. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny. A piece of American history, a symbol of prosperity, and possibly a ticket to a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more valuable coin stories. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or have one you want us to review. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep hunting, because treasure can be hiding in the most unexpected places.